Hello, everybody. This is Editing Jerry. Just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a heads up before this episode starts. We did have some technical difficulties at the beginning of this episode and then again about halfway through. So I just wanted to let you know that it is us and not you. We did figure it out. Next episode will be fine, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. Okay, on to the show. Hi. Welcome back to the Love to Mom podcast. As always, I'm your host, Jerry, and I'm joined by my lawful mother, Christi.
Hello there, Jerry. How are you today?
I'm doing dandy. I keep forgetting about
Good.
these adjectives
Yes.
until
You had to come up with it on the fly again.
same thing. I had to do that with Dune, too.
You sure did.
But I think this episode is going to be quite a bit different from Dune, and that I assume that neither of us hated this movie. I don't want to.
I didn't hate it.
Okay. I figured you didn't.
No. I liked it.
But this was our first week after the 6 Degrees marathon.
Yes.
And so was this just like a palate cleanser? Because this one, you were basically free to pick whatever you wanted.
Yeah, it's likable. I like that. It's just, it feels good. It is light. It's cute. It's, happy. I don't know. All the things that Dune was not.
Yes. Well, that's true.
Yeah,
I think these movies are basically polar opposites.
absolutely. You can't get more pink than Legally Blonde.
No, no, you cannot.
Oh, Barbie, maybe Barbie.
Maybe.
But I would say that's close. I would still say that's pretty close. This one's pretty pink.
Yeah. And like every single outfit, there's something pink on there. But yeah.
It's like she's my spirit animal. I love pink.
Well, yeah, I know your headphones.
Oh yeah, aren't they cute? I do. I love it. I was very devastated when I had my colors done and I found out pink wasn't one of my colors. I cried.
What do you mean your color's done?
Oh, I had my colors done where they put different swaths of fabric on you, and they're like, oh, you're a fall or a summer or whatever. And I knew I was a fall, but I really didn't want to be a fall because those were my least favorite colors. And then when she's like, oh, you're an autumn, and I cried.
When
I
was
cried.
this?
In the fall, earlier in the fall. October, maybe.
Oh,
It was a while ago. It was the saddest day. No, maybe it wasn't that long ago. Maybe it was like January. But it was winter. It was winter. Yeah. So I knew I was an autumn, but I really didn't want to be an autumn. I wanted to be able to wear hot pink and all that kind of stuff, which, I mean, I know I still can.
Yeah.
But I'm not really like, I am a more pink person, not so much like olive green and rust and brown.
That's more of my vibe.
Yes, and it's also your sister's vibe, but it is not my vibe. But when I saw those colors on me, and I was like, okay, I can definitely see the difference.
Yeah.
And then when I started wearing those colors out and about, and people are like, you look so good. Then it's like, okay, well, I guess I will wear these colors that are not my favorites because I guess I look good in them. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing now. And I feel good when I wear them, but I still really love the pink. So anyway, that was a long conversation around the emotional journey of getting your colors done.
I've never even heard of that being done.
Really? Oh, I should pay and have you get yours done and have Jenna get hers done. We could do it as a family.
I know what my colors are.
You do?
Brown, gray, and black. That's about it.
Those are all different seasons.
I make it work.
Those might be the colors you buy, but they may not be your colors that make your face pop and your eye circles go away and your skin glow.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Oh yes, it's a lovely experience. It is true though. Like there is a I could see it when she was doing it. It was like was just layering them on top of each other, and then at the end, she's like taking them off one at a time.
Well, we're back.
Anyway, you should get your colors done sometime because it's very fun. But anyway, all of that because of pink, because
of the
that is my
movie.
favorite color. Like, here's my phone, pink. My pen,
I actually have a lot of pink on
pink.
my phone.
You do. My headphones are pink. My pen is pink. I love pink. Pink's my signature color, except I can't wear it.
You can still wear
But
it.
I do love it. I know. I know I can. That's what people are like, you don't have to wear those colors. I'm like, but when you know you look better in a certain color, like you want to look like your skin is glowing if you can.
I suppose
So I didn't throw all my old stuff away, but I do tend to wear more of the more neutrally fall colors now. Okay, sorry. That was such a total tangent.
What did you
That was
think of
awful.
Legally Blonde?
I really love Legally Blonde. So I'd seen it before. So this is a movie from 2001. You were 1 year old. That's what I was thinking of as I was watching it. Like, oh, I had a 1-year-old baby when I watched this the first time. So anyway, it has been a very long time since I've seen it. But I also know that it like some of the other movies that we've watched. I'm thinking of like The Big Lebowski
Yeah.
specifically. There are a lot of cultural references that you still see from this movie. And so I thought it would be kind of fun to revisit it and to see some like bubbly, happy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it sounded like a good time. So I would like to watch Clueless at some point. I've never seen Clueless, and I know these two movies came out the same year.
Oh.
So I have not seen it, but that's another one where I feel like people talk about it. They talk about it, and like there are different phrases and stuff that you hear
Oh.
kind of bantered, thrown
Banter.
about, thrown about.
They're thrown about. Is Clueless the one that has the guy who plays Fred in the live-action Scooby-Doo movies? I might be.
Oh, Freddie Prinze Jr.?
Maybe.
I don't know. All I know is Alicia Silverstone's in it, and I think
okay.
Paul Rudd.
Oh,
I think Paul Rudd.
okay.
Yeah.
That sounds
But Alicia
nice.
Silverstone has the lead.
Understood.
Understood. And her name is something fun like, it's Cher.
Oh.
I know. It's kind of fun.
Kind of like Legally Blonde. Her name is Elle, which isn't that like a cosmetics company?
It is a magazine. Yes. And that was a
magazine.
purposeful decision. The person that wrote this is based off of a novel. The person that wrote the novel liked Elle magazine. So the character was named Elle.
I just made that
It's a
connection.
fashion magazine.
Well, that makes
it's
sense.
a fashion. Yeah.
I didn't know this was based on a book. That kind of surprises me. This seems like kind of a generic 90s, like, not quite rom-com, but definitely in that lane. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I will say that it did, like, surprise me. About 10 minutes in, I was like, I know how this movie's going to end. Like, I've seen this movie before. Here, we're back.
Yes. We're back. Sorry, friends. My internet is not doing its thing, so I had to hook up to my hotspot. Hopefully this will work okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
And if it happens again, then it might be me, but we'll see.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I was like, 10 minutes in, it was like that was right around the time where they broke up. I'm like, oh, okay, I understand. It's this type of movie. And I should also say that I went in knowing nothing about the movie. I didn't know there was like a legal aspect to it. I guess I probably should have. But like, I was just like, oh, Legally Blonde. It's just like, whatever. It's just going to be... for some reason, I was picturing like the Sharpay movie, the like High School Musical spinoff. And I'm like, oh,
Does
okay.
have kind of the same vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, it's just going to be like some sort of cute, like, chick flick, and that's fine, but I know exactly how it's going to end. And then it took a twist when she went to Harvard, and I'm like, oh, okay, there's something here that I can kind of latch on to a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the beginning of the movie, I'm like, oh, she's just, it's, I mean, I like that whole scene as much as anyone, but it was so over the top,
Oh
that
yeah,
sorority and the way they were doing all of that, you know? So it was like, oh gosh, I didn't remember it being so much
oh yeah,
like a Sharpay movie would be. So that surprised me.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
definitely a tone switch once she heads over to Harvard.
Yes, there is. But there's like, it's definitely kind of like a parody. Or actually, I don't know. It gets so tough when we do movies that are from this era. Like, I think I've kind of experienced this doing stuff on Boy Time where it's like the 2000s were such a weird time in pop culture, and that there's like a very clear divide with the first half of the 2000s and the last half of the 2000s, where the first half is kind of like harkening back to like the 80s in like bright, bold colors. Like she has her see-through MacBook that's like the orange, and that's so like early 2000s tech was obsessed with see-through tech for some reason.
It's true.
But then you move into the late 2000s and everything is like covered in grime. It's like way back to like the 90s where it's like harkening back to grunge, and like butt rock was really popular back then. And it's just like, oh, okay. It's just like two completely different worlds. And so
It's
we're in
true.
the early 2000s here, and I'm like, okay, is this a parody of what something like this would be, or is this just how movies were in the 2000s, and it was just kind of like, oh, that's just what it is. Like, I don't know, because like I've seen a bunch of movies from this time where everybody just is living in giant mansions and it's just like casual about being like the richest people on the planet. And I'm like, how is this
Yeah.
relatable to anybody? You know?
This is interesting. You're bringing up an interesting question. So, of course, I'm thinking through in my mind, like what other movies, what other pop culture can I think of that was very over the top, luxurious sorts of things? And I'm thinking of like Beverly Hills 90210, which I think started in the 90s, but that was definitely like a lot of, affluent teenagers.
Yeah.
The Clueless movie I think is very similar as far as just like a privileged group of, California girls or something. So I think that definitely, I don't think it was taking itself seriously,
No.
but it definitely, because it was definitely exaggerated
Yeah.
and over the top. And that character is over the top.
Yes.
But it's the whole like the rich guy who's a jerk,
Yeah.
and there's just a lot of tropes that are happening in this movie. But the reason I think I liked it so much at the time was those twists, those
Yeah.
things that are unexpected. Her friendship with the Jennifer Coolidge character, for example, like you think that she is just going to be the snootiest of snooties and not want to spend time with anyone who isn't in the same like socioeconomic strata as her, and yet
Yeah.
one of her closest friends when she's there is someone who definitely has a different life experience than she does, but they become really good friends. I like that kind of showed me, oh, she really does care about people. She's like crazy and over the top and like very girly designer clothes sort of person, but she also, there's like a good heart under there,
Yeah.
and she's trying to help her out and is a friend to her in a lot of ways. So
Yeah.
it was those things where it was like it would take something that you're expecting and it would kind of flip it, and you're like, wow, I wasn't expecting that.
All right.
You don't expect that from her.
True. Yeah. I think that's kind of interesting because I kind of got a different read on her character because like,
Okay.
to me, she never really came across as a necessarily like selfish person, like self-centered, sure, a little bit oblivious to the world around her, of course, but like, she never really had like a mean bone in her body, really,
No.
and like
No, she didn't.
the only
No,
thing
she
I
wasn't
can
cruel.
no, but like what I'm thinking of is like this same character archetype is kind of like Glinda and Wicked, where that's like straight up like she's horrible to pretty much anybody that isn't in this super high class whatever where she came from. And like I think that's a pretty key difference where like Legally Blonde, Elle is like, yes, she comes from this super wealthy family, lives in this McMansion with a bunch of hot, sexy college co-eds. But like she isn't mean to anybody. The only person that she's like kind of mean to is the person who's trying to rip her off at the dress store, but like understandable.
That's true. Yeah. Right. That's right.
Like she only ever like attacks people in self-defense of being like,
It's
oh, you
true.
think I'm dumb? Well, actually, here's this. Like, I don't know. Like throughout the entire movie, she's pretty like stable. And
Right. And even with Vivian character, it's like she could have been really nasty to her. And there were times, of course, where she was, you know, doing posturing and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But she was also very open when she approached her. Like she wasn't holding a grudge necessarily. She was still kind. Yeah, you know, I think it challenges stereotypes, and maybe that's part of it. Is like we have this assumption that this sorority girl who's super wealthy and she's hanging out in the pool in her backyard with her parents, and you know, she hired, who did she say she hired to do her submission video?
oh, it was
the
one of the
director.
Coppolas.
Yes, yes. And so it's like, you know, the privilege and everything is just so crazy. And then, and we never see anything of her, you know, like I have a 4.0 in fashion merchandising, you know, like there's this whole thing that you're seeing. And so you're right. Like there is this assumption, not necessarily that she's going to be mean, but we don't really see her interacting with anyone outside of her group of people.
True.
And so when she goes to the nail salon and meets the Jennifer Coolidge character, I don't know that I thought she would be mean. I just was surprised that they became such close friends. But she truly was not accepted at all on campus.
Yeah.
Like she had nowhere to fit in because she was unlike anyone else on campus. And that feeling, that is uncomfortable. Like I'm watching that and it's like, when she wants to join the study group and they're like, oh, it's for smart people or whatever, you know. Those assumptions and stereotypes that we make about people because they look a certain way or their interests are a certain thing.
Sure.
Yeah, I think the idea that someone so pretty and so smart and so rich can feel like an outsider, where you're going from her bubblegum pink world, which seems to be the whole vibe of where she was coming from. And even when they're doing those aerial shots of Harvard and everything is like brick and kind of cloudy, and you're like, how is this sunshiny little girl gonna go and fit in this austere, serious, so serious setting? So I think it's interesting. The fish out of water part of this is really interesting.
Yeah, that was like the moment where I'm like, okay, there's something going on here. There's more to this than what I initially thought. I do want to talk about Harvard though, and how it is grossly mischaracterized, because like all of the students there take like their jobs and stuff so seriously. I think that's like hilarious because like these days Harvard has such a like toxic community around it, and I don't think this is necessarily a new thing, but like I think there's so many stories coming out of Harvard of just like the dudes there being like horrible people. I mean, like that's where Mark Zuckerberg started and like had his website of how to like rating hot girls on Harvard, and that would have been right around that time. And that's what I'm like, I understand what they're trying to go for here with like this super serious school. They probably just picked a random Ivy League school just because Harvard is the most known one or whatever. But it's like, if she went to Harvard, she would be accepted so GD fast because it's all trust fund kids that are like all about like appearances or like, I think that's something that the antagonist kind of like taps into that is like a very real thing with like these rich kids that are getting into these super prestigious schools just because their parents expect certain things of them to like continue this lineage, this legacy. And I'm like, okay, I like that they do kind of represent that, but everybody at Harvard, like, turning away this super hot chick from California doesn't really make any sense to me,
Yeah,
especially since
I
her
mean, I think
dad's rich. It's like,
yeah. Well, and I know, like Warner got in because his dad made a phone call.
yeah,
You know, I do think that they have tried to at least make an attempt to add some diversity to the Harvard campus. However, there's just a ton of old money.
yeah.
It's just old money. And I did like that her group with that first day she was there. And it was like, well, I'm an angry lesbian.
Yeah.
I'm like, there was some like within that group. And you think, if you have a bunch of super smart people like Dorky David, I think is what his name was.
Oz Perkins.
I know. I have something to say about
We'll
that.
talk about that.
Yeah, I figured. I wondered if you recognized who he was.
Of course,
So,
I've seen Quigley. We'll talk about it.
all right. Yeah. Um, but I think, if you're thinking about all these dorky guys, all these nerdy, smart guys, like there's definitely cliques, just like in on any college campus. But if you think you have like these super smart people, like these people that were in her study group, and they're clueless about girls.
Oh.
It was like when he was approaching those girls, and he doesn't know how to do it. So even though she's beautiful, sometimes I wonder if people are intimidated by her, like because of the way she looks, like, oh gosh, she's
Probably.
almost dangerous because she's so, so pretty and whatever, bubbly and outgoing or whatever. But she was definitely, I mean, what a time of introspection. You see her laying in her room all the time. Like,
Yeah.
what am I? Who are my? She has no friends. She's hanging out with the lady from the nail place. But I don't think she was just hanging out with her because she had no one else. I do think they had a connection, which
Oh,
it
yeah,
was really,
definitely.
really lovely. Yeah. And it's fun to see Jennifer Coolidge from back then.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I just
She's
love her so
great.
much. She is great. I love her.
That's something that I did want to point out is that, like, by the end of the movie, Elle kind of has a Paddington Bear effect in that, like, she's, like, improving the lives of everyone around her. I feel like this is a trope that we talk about a lot on this show, but I can't, like, put a finger on the one that we did that's, like, a perfect example besides Paddington that we haven't done on this show.
Working Girl, maybe,
Working Girl a little bit, yeah. I don't know.
where she was changing the work culture,
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Maybe it was. I don't think it's a Ghibli movie. There's a lot of like, but that's like one of my favorite tropes in a movie when like
I love it too.
someone goes from being somewhat selfish or whatever to becoming like the light that they want to see in the world. It's a great moment.
Yeah.
Or just if they're great from the get-go, which is what Paddington is. Those two movies are just like, he is the light in this dark and dreary Londonville town. And he just makes everybody's life better.
Yeah.
We should probably
Well,
do
and you
those.
see, yeah, those are good. I think you see her. I think it's interesting the journey that they take us on as viewers. So you think, okay, I'm watching the beginning of this. I have my own assumptions of who she is. Like I bring my own. Oh, she's got to be ditzy because she's blonde and she's brushing her hair and she's painting her nails and she lives in a sorority and she has a lot of money. Like I have in my mind what I think this person is. But you're right. Then you're seeing, okay, well, she's not mean to anybody and everyone loves her.
Yeah.
Like, and then it's like, but does just everyone love her in the sorority because, everyone has to love everyone? I don't know. I do not have any sorority experience. But then it's like, okay, so this is what we think of her. And then as she gets to Harvard, we're having to reexamine like what we think about her.
Yeah.
Like, I made some assumptions that she really is stupid. She got 175 on her LSAT. She is more than what we are giving her credit for, what I am giving her credit for.
Yeah.
And then everyone around her is doing the same thing. She's being underestimated everywhere just because she projects a certain, or because she is. It's not even that she projects it. It's that she is this person and people make assumptions. But when you're talking about the impact that she has on other people, I think specifically of the Vivian character,
Yeah.
where she is like, oh my gosh, just what an idiot. She thinks she's so stupid. But as the movie goes on, she has no reason really to like her. I mean, she used to date her ex-boyfriend. She's,
Hmm.
but because of like the kindness, the way she interacts with people, it was like Vivian couldn't find a reason to hate her guts. It was
Right.
like she's not who I thought she was. And I think it's interesting that we first start taking those thoughts and start pushing them down because we are understanding who she is. The more we watch, we understand the substance of who she is. And we're also seeing the people around her do that same thing. I just think that's a really great illustration of our preconceived notions about people and prejudging people and thinking you know something about someone because of the way they look or what their interests are. And then realizing, oh, like I made a huge mistake. Sometimes I think, how many times do I have to do that before I finally get the idea of like not looking at someone and thinking, certain things. Oh, this must be who this person is.
Yeah.
People surprise me all the time. And it just seems like it's so hard to get away from doing that.
Well, that's human nature, and I'm not saying that in like the pretentious way, but
Yeah.
like as humans, we like to categorize things, and that's like a big part of like growing up, like from like ages 2 to 5, like figuring out what are different things. Where it's like I've taken like, and I'm sure you can attest to this, being a psychology major, but in the psych classes that I took, where it's like kids like little toddlers being like, oh, the pointing at their dog, being like, okay, that's a dog. But then they associate anything with 4 legs as being a dog. So then they go out and they see a cat and they say dog. And then you have to correct them. And they're like, oh, wait, actually, I have to change this category. Now dog is just this thing and cat is just this thing. Like that, we spend our entire childhood and adolescent developing these different categories to where like now, like as an adult, you basically have your categories set in stone. It takes a lot of work to be able to like change those.
Yeah. I think, sorry, go ahead.
Well, no, I was pretty much done.
I was thinking about, we spend a lot of time putting ourselves in boxes too. So I think
Yeah,
about like when we're talking about, middle school and high school, and you had those cliques of people, and it was about what your interests were and where you fit. Are you a nerd? Are you a music kid? Are
sure.
you a sports person? Are you a, whatever? And so you go through those teen years where everyone kind of gloms together with people who are like themselves. And then you get into the adult world and you realize like those groups are arbitrary. That is not how you're going to go through the rest of your life. You're going to work with people who have a lot of different interests, and those groups kind of fade away.
Yeah,
And so I think there's something to that too. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking of college and that still happens some in college where it's like, oh, this group of people does this and this group of people does this. But as an adult and with a job, I'm working with sports people, music people, opera people, like
right.
all sorts of people. And those ideas those ideas just are not as much in the forefront. Now, do you continue to have thoughts about people when you see them? Yes. Like as an example, I always think of when I see an older person come into the library, I assume they don't know how to use technology sometimes.
Sure.
And that's not a fair assumption because not every old person doesn't know how to use technology, right? Or I have an idea that older people tend to be more conservative than progressive. And I've been bit on the butt numerous times with that. Not bit on the butt, but like surprised by people who I'm like, oh, this person, whatever my thought is. And then I have a conversation with them and I'm like, oh, you are not at all who I thought you were.
Yeah.
So there's so much about like preconceived notions and judgment, or just having ideas about people and being quick to pigeonhole people into something that's really unfair because everyone is very complex.
Right.
And I think this movie does a really, really good job of showing how we are more than our exteriors. We are more than what we're presenting to people.
Yeah.
I think that her character is a great example. Now, Warner, very one note.
Yes.
Warner is like,
He's the bad guy.
Yeah, he just wants what he wants. Same thing with Victor Garber, which broke my heart because I love him so
I
very
do
much.
love him, yeah.
Oh, I love him. But yeah, like, and that one was especially painful because I thought he was a good guy. And then that happened, and then it made me sad because I wanted him so much to be a good guy.
I don't know if he was a good guy at the beginning. He was basically, and this is what I
Mm,
don't understand. So this is the legal aspect of it. The
mm-hmm,
legal stuff makes no sense in terms of
mm.
like actual legal stuff, which I know I should, whatever, separate. But I'm like, why is the defense like arguing as to whether or not the defendant is guilty? That doesn't really matter. If you're the
Mm,
defense, like that isn't the point. The point
right.
is whether or not they're guilty, you're trying to make sure that the jury votes one certain way.
That's right.
So it doesn't matter, but that's like such a big thing. Like
It
they're
is.
like, we need to get the alibi, otherwise I think she's guilty. And I'm like, well, you're the
Mm-hmm.
lawyer. Are you just gonna throw her under the bus? Are you just gonna
Right.
lose a big high profile case like this? That doesn't
Yep.
make any sense.
Well, and I think a lot of attorneys too will say, we don't want to know. If you're a
Yeah.
defense attorney, I don't want to know whether you're guilty or not because that I don't want it to color the way that I'm arguing for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was interesting too. Did you recognize the daughter? I don't know if you know
The
Linda
daughter.
Cardellini. What was her name? She had a weird name. The daughter who actually was the one that ended up murdering the guy.
Oh. No, she did kind of look
She had a weird
familiar.
name like Chutney or something.
Yeah, it was
She
something
had a
like
weird
that.
name. She that's Linda Cardellini. And Linda Cardellini was in Freaks and Geeks,
Okay.
but she also is in the show Dead to Me with Christina Applegate. She's the
Oh.
other lead. Did you ever see Dead to Me? What are you
No.
laughing about?
She's Velma in the live action Scooby Doo
Oh
movies.
my gosh, she looks just like her. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I could see that. I didn't realize that. Oh yeah, she'd be great at that. Yeah, so she was in Dead to Me,
Okay.
and I like her a lot. Anyway, just to see her super young with that perm just killed me. I loved it.
Yeah, that was 1 year before the live action Scooby Doo movie.
Really?
Yeah. That's kind of
Huh.
interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah, she'd be a great Velma. I could totally see that. I
Yeah.
never saw it. Do you remember why I've never seen it?
Yeah, because I got too
Would you like
scared.
to share? That's right.
I
Jerry was scared when he was little, which is so funny because I'm the one who's scared all the time, and I don't watch scary things now. You do, but
yeah.
when you were little, mm-mm.
Yeah, no. I don't know why. Because I think we watched the Scooby Doo movie for like one of our commentary tracks back in like 2021. And I remember, I
Mm,
don't know if I brought it up, but I was like, what was so scary about this? It's like goofy.
yeah,
I don't know. And it's like weirdly adult. There's a lot of like sex references.
mm.
And I think you get that by having James Gunn write your script in the 2000s, which seems like a bad move, but whatever.
Gotcha. Yeah, I never did see it because you were so like we were at someone's house when it was. I don't know if you remember,
Yeah.
but we were visiting somebody's house, and you were so distraught. We had to go. We had to leave. So I never did. I never did see it because I didn't want to traumatize you.
That's fair. I don't think you would like it. It's not very good.
Okay. Well, so I didn't miss anything.
No.
Got it.
But it is
Got it.
funny. I brought up the live action Fred and
Oh my goodness. Wow, that's a blast from the past.
yeah,
That guy was so annoying.
Freddie
Oh, no,
Prince.
no, I'm sorry. I was thinking of the yes, Freddie Prince Jr.
What are you thinking of Fred the YouTuber?
Yes. Oh my gosh. That guy was so annoying.
Lucas
So annoying.
Cruikshank.
Oh my gosh. He
Yeah.
drove me nuts. Okay, so yes. What about live action Fred? About Freddie Prince Jr.?
Well,
He's married to Sarah Michelle Gellar,
I didn't know that.
Buffy from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I think she played Daphne in the Scooby Doo movie.
Oh, Well, wow, there, it comes full circle.
And she was on One Life to Live. She played Susan Lucci's daughter on one, or not One Life to Live, sorry, All My Children. And then one of the girls in Legally Blonde was in General Hospital. The one that
Oh,
was helping her study for her LSATs. And I was a huge General Hospital fan. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's Robin. I
didn't they
loved
bring
her.
up General Hospital?
They did.
Yeah,
Yes,
that
they
makes
did.
sense. I was just gonna
Yeah.
say the one I Freddie Prinze Jr. is not in Clueless. He's in She's All That, which is what I
Okay.
was thinking of.
Okay. I haven't seen that one either.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I don't remember what we
Yeah.
were talking about. All illegal stuff, and it was
Yeah, the legal stuff.
yeah, that was it
Yeah.
was driving me up the wall. And like
I
how
know.
the courtroom was like portrayed with like it was so weird where it was like the witness Velma's on the stand and she's like I killed him and then like the judge just sentences her and I'm like that's not how this works. That's not she's not on trial. Like you can't just
Yeah.
and then it was like the state versus whatever her name was and she's guilty. I'm like that wasn't a case. There's so much paperwork that needs to be done. Now the
Yes.
state needs to get a warrant to search for Velma and like there's this whole process. She hasn't even been arrested yet and you just
Nope. They just found her guilty.
I've watched too much Better Call Saul for this.
Yes, you have. You have. Yeah. Not super real to true to life. That is for
No.
sure.
No, but
No.
it is
And how
dramatic
about
and fun.
it is. It is. It's entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
How about the whole thing with the pool boy where they're
Oh.
trying to catch him in the idea that he's gay because he knew about her shoes. I was like, oh my gosh.
That was pretty funny.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was like a little bit tasteless. I also,
Yeah.
that was like the first moment where it hit me. I'm like, oh, there's been no black people in this entire movie. Except for this
Yeah.
guy who's like a liar.
And the judge.
And the judge,
judge.
yeah.
But I noticed in like the courtroom scene, there were quite a few people there. And in the salon, there were quite a few people of color in there as well. But yeah, it is interesting to look at things from back to realize how white things are.
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah,
That
really
was like
white.
the moment it struck me. Where it's like, oh, this is like the first time that a black person or someone of color has been talking. Because
Yes,
they're all like
true.
extras.
It's true.
But yeah, that was like, oh, that I don't know. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
I don't
yeah,
think
no,
it's
I
offensive or anything.
No, I enjoyed it. Well, and Victor Garber is a gay man. I don't know if you know that. He's been in a relationship with someone for 31 years.
Oh,
And so I thought, oh, that's interesting. It's just interesting to me because I had that in the back of my mind and I'm like, is this offensive? I don't think it's offensive. I don't know. It was just kind of funny.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. I love Victor Garber. I know I've told you that already. Can I tell you a little bit about why I love Victor Garber?
sure. I don't know if I've heard that name before.
Oh, really?
I don't think so.
But you know who he is, right? He's the bad guy. He's the bad professor.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the guy who was playing the gay guy.
Oh, no,
Okay.
No, I was talking about Victor Garber.
Yes, I know Victor Garber. I
Yeah,
was
I love
very
Victor
excited
Garber.
when he showed up.
I know. I feel like that every time I see him. Oh, I hear Ed. Yeah, every time I see him, he's just one of those people again. And I think I kind of fell in love with him on Alias because
Yeah.
of that character on Alias. But anyway, he has been. This is just some interesting background information. So I listened to Martin Short's autobiography years ago. It is an excellent autobiography if anyone is looking for a good one. I listened to the audiobook where he is reading it. I think anytime you can do that, it's better.
Yeah.
But he was talking about his early start in Canada, because he's Canadian, and he was in a production of Godspell. And in that production, Victor Garber played Jesus. So he and Martin Short and Gilda Radner, who Martin Short was dating at the time, and Eugene Levy was in it.
Oh,
Let's see. Okay, Eugene Levy, Martin Short, Gilda Radner, Victor Garber. There was someone else that was Paul Schaefer from
oh,
David Letterman's band.
oh.
He was the music director in it. It was like all of these people, and it was just so fun. And Martin Short would talk about them doing this production. They were all just brand new people, and then some of them end up at Second City, and some of them end up at Saturday Night Live, and they have these long, illustrious careers. But this whole ragtag little group of people together, just starting out, was very fun. Do you need to take her out?
No, she's fine.
Okay. Okay. So that's that's story I love. And I love Martin Short talking about that time because it was just very, very fun.
Of course.
But yeah, he was in, they were saying he's been in, oh yeah. He was in 3 Oscar nominated movies for Best Picture. He was in Argo. He was in Titanic.
Yep.
And he was in Milk with Sean Penn.
Oh, I didn't know he was
2
in
of those
that.
won the Oscar. Titanic and Argo won an Oscar, but for Best Picture. But anyway, I love him. I think he's wonderful.
Yeah.
But I don't like that he's sleazy in here. But
Yeah, he's
and
very
he
sleazy.
kept asking Vivian to go get his coffee, and like,
Yeah.
ugh, I
Yeah.
didn't like that.
I thought that was funny where it was like he's like a sleazy guy, and then like he's like a misogynist, and then like Luke Wilson is like, he's a real good lawyer. He's a good guy. Like, Luke Wilson, you're so clueless. I
Yeah,
love that.
yeah,
And Luke Wilson
yeah. I
is
like
not
him too.
portrayed in like the best light in this movie. I mean, I think
Well, he's not.
he's just
He's not in it very much.
No, he's just like barely in it, and he seems to be like
Yeah.
going with the breeze most of the time. I thought it was hilarious. We're going to talk about the ending a little bit because I thought
Okay.
that whole thing was so funny. It almost seemed like so over the top it was a parody, where it was like, and this person is best friends with this person now, and then this person is married and has 2 kids on the way, and it's like everybody gets a happy ending.
That's
Everybody.
right. And he's going to propose that night.
I know. That like made me roll my eyes. I'm like, that is so corny.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is like, I'm like, but what about her career? Like, I mean, they did say she had a bunch of offers and, that kind of stuff. So we know that she's going to be just fine.
Well, we know she goes
the
to the White
idea-
House.
Oh, is that what they said? I missed that.
No, that's in the Squeakquel.
Oh, in the Squeakquel.
Yeah.
Okay.
It showed
Okay.
up as a recommended after I finished the first one.
Oh, well, yes, I know there are 2, and there's also a Broadway musical.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, there was a little tidbit I saw that said there was a high school in Massachusetts that was performing it. I don't know if it's in the area where Harvard was, but Jennifer Coolidge sent them a congratulations video, because they were doing the Legally Blonde musical at their high school. And so she sent them a message, and I was like, that's so sweet. I love that.
That's cool.
I know. I just really liked that. I thought it was really nice.
That is nice. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else is? Oh, we need to talk about Oz Perkins.
Yeah, I would love to hear about. Well, can I just tell you something? Because I thought you and I had a conversation about him. Have you and I had a conversation about him
Maybe, probably.
recently, like yesterday?
Yeah, yeah. When I
Did we?
brought him up,
Okay.
yeah, 'cause
Okay.
it was like, yeah, because we talked yesterday, just chit chatting, and I brought up, I'm like, oh,
That's
you're gonna
right.
see Oz Perkins.
That's right. That's right. So I couldn't remember if it was you or the guy that came over for dinner last night that was talking about Oz Perkins. He was talking about this movie called The Greasy Strangler.
Okay, yeah, that's not Oz Perkins.
I know. Do you know it? Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I actually want to see it. That like
Okay.
sounds over the top and weird.
Crazy weird. He
Yeah.
was telling me all about it yesterday. I was like, that's bananas.
Yeah.
So I couldn't remember if it was him talking about, because he was talking about the monkey.
That's Oz Perkins, yeah.
Yes. So I had told him that we were going to be watching Legally Blonde, and he did say something about the monkey, and that's how we got
Oh, interesting.
sidetracked. Yeah. So anyway, sorry. Go ahead. Tell me about Oz Perkins,
Oz
who was
Perkins.
great in this movie, by the way.
Oh, he's great in general.
I thought he was really great. I loved him.
Yeah.
What a good character.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I thought he was really funny. He doesn't act anymore, obviously.
Oh, that's too bad.
But for those who don't know, Oz Perkins, now probably most known for Longlegs. That was his big hit. He also did a movie that I really like called The Black Coat's Daughter. It came out 21, 22. But he's been on this horror kick for the last 5 years or so. Not quite like Jordan Peele or Zach Kreger, where it's like starting comedy, then they do horror. I don't really know. He was like in a few bit parts in the 90s and 2000s, and then he disappeared for a long time, and now he's making horror movies. But I think what's kind of interesting about his stuff in general is that there's always like a religious angle to it, which I think is kind of interesting because I brought up Quigley. We'll briefly talk about Quigley because it's an interesting movie. Quigley is what is like the product of Shaggy Dog meets a Pure Flix movie because it's a Christian Shaggy Dog movie.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you one guess. If you can guess who plays the Shaggy Dog, it's not Oz Perkins, but it is a famous name from the 2000s.
Well, that is so broad.
I'll give you a hint.
Famous name from the 2000s.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
He was in a motorcycle accident.
A motorcycle accident. I have no idea.
Gary Busey.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. I didn't think about that for a second.
Yeah, Gary Busey plays the Shaggy Dog.
Whoa. I would have never come up with that in a million years.
Yeah,
You know, someone from the 2000s. Oh, yeah, sure. Gary Busey. First thing.
That's why I gave you a hint. How many celebrities
That
are
was
in
a
motorcycle accidents? Gary
I don't
Busey.
know. I was thinking about Jeremy Renner with his
the
ATV
snowblower.
situation.
Yeah.
Snow thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the only actors I know that were in a motorcycle accident is Gary Busey and James Dean. So that would have really narrowed it down for me.
That would have, yeah. Well, I didn't know Gary Busey was in a motorcycle accident.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
that's
I don't know that tidbit.
Oh,
So.
yeah. That's why he's like that. He had like severe
really?
brain trauma because of that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Gary Busey plays this adorable little, it's like a little tiny white dog, not a Pomeranian. I don't know what it is, but he plays this cute little dog and he's like Gary Busey. But Oz Perkins plays his angel because I think Gary Busey is like, he's like, this is typical, like he's a big evil corporate business guy. He hates dogs, but he's driving on the Doctor Strange highway and he sees a dog on the street and then he swerves not to hit it and then he dies and then he gets reincarnated in the dog.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Yes, that's like, that makes me think of there's a Benji movie that was like that too back in the day. Okay.
So that's the thing. And then Oz Perkins has to be his bodyguard angel. So I think it's so funny because like I think Quigley came out after Legally Blonde and I think he was in one other thing. But it was like that and then a long break and now he's making horror movies and Longlegs is like that movie like deeply disturbed me to my core.
I remember you talking about how disturbing that was.
Yes.
And this I looked at that man with his sweet little face and I was like, how can that sweet little face come up with something that disturbed Jerry? I don't understand.
So it's like, but with that and The Black Coat's Daughter, which are the two movies of his that I've seen, they're both very like, they deal with Satan. Black Coat's Daughter is more like Satan possessing a girl. But then Longlegs is like Satan is like, has these like balls that he can control people with. And so then Nick Cage is like this like evil psycho who puts these like spirit balls and dolls and then gifts them to little
Ooh.
kids, and then it like what does it do? It like corrupts the dad, so then the dad murders the whole family and then himself. And so then it's like,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, it's like this thing. It's very intense. And so
Wow.
I always think it's so funny whenever I see Oz Perkins in something. The opening credits of this movie made me laugh because it's like the little script font written in pink and it just said Oz Perkins. Oz Perkins would never let his name be in that font again. That is so funny.
That's awesome.
But I'm like, oh wait, like that did like perk me up a little bit. I'm like, where's Oz Perkins gonna be? I'm so excited.
He's a pretty big part of this movie, surprisingly. Yeah, he just had such a kind.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was very emotionally attached to him, even though he didn't have, like, my heart just went out to this guy and his eyes. He just had the kindest eyes in this movie. He seemed like a very sensitive soul. And
think he is.
I just really, I don't know, something very endearing about him.
Yeah. Yeah. All the interviews
Yeah.
I've seen with him, he just seems like a delightful guy. He just
Yeah,
like,
he makes this crazy honkin' movie.
yeah, I don't know.
It's so weird.
Like, part of me is like, did he have like this crisis of faith in like this gap year? Or did he like not like go like full on into it? But is this like these like Satanist kind of movies that he's making where Satan is like very much the bad guy? Are these kind of like more kind of subliminal Christian message horror movies? Which I think could be kind of an interesting angle. The way he's doing
Yeah.
it is so G-dang like disturbing though. And
Yeah.
like low key. It isn't like just me describing the plot of Longlegs is like more exciting than the movie is. It's like very drawn out and slow, which are like the type of movies that I love, but like they have a way of getting under your skin. So
Sure. Yeah. I mean, what a crazy idea. I feel like sometimes you're like that. It's like like with the frog in the boiling water where you're like, it's so slow, you're not realizing
right.
until afterwards and you look back on it, it's like, oh my gosh, that was intense.
Yeah. It's his stuff is very creepy. We
Yeah.
won't do any of it on the show.
I do appreciate that very much.
Yeah, I don't know.
I do appreciate that.
Longlegs is in the same category as Rosemary's Baby or Hereditary, where I'm like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna watch that movie again, but they are good.
Well, I remember you saying how much you liked them, but you were like, no way.
Yeah.
It's too much. I was driving the bus on our way to church this morning. I wasn't driving. I was riding, and Dave was driving. And we pick up a bunch of women that at some different like rehab facilities or shelters or whatever. We bring them with us, and they were all talking about going to see the new Conjuring on Friday.
yeah.
I was like, oh, I can't do that. But they're all like, we love reading horror, we love watching it, and I'm like, that's awesome. I'm glad you guys can bond over that because no, sir, not for me, but good for you.
Yeah, I hope everyone goes sees the new Conjuring movie because I am in a summer movie draft thing. And Conjuring is one of
okay.
my movies. So everyone go see The Conjuring. I won't go see it,
Oh, okay.
but everyone go see it.
Yes.
My strategy was pick every horror movie, and it's not been going super well for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like horror is seeing a real, well, at least, I'm thinking library too. There are so many horror novels right now. And I think we've talked about that before to say when times are tough out in the world, romance and horror take off because they're so fantastical and they take you out of the world that you're living in. So I would think that the same would be true for horror movies, which I know we've had a lot come out the last 5 years or so, but
Yeah, it was tough. It hasn't really been a hard fought battle. Basically, I think what happened was it was me and a group of 3 others, so 4 people total. 3 of us know movies. And so like we're like, okay, let's think about this strategically. We know like, oh, well, this movie's not going to be good, so like why would I vote for it or whatever. But one of our friends doesn't know anything about movies. Maybe has not seen a movie in like 4 years, maybe. That's
Oh
being
my
generous.
goodness.
And so
Wow.
she was just like, I'm going to pick what I know. And so she picked Jurassic World and Fantastic Four and Lilo and Stitch and has just been coasting.
Mm.
It's like not even close. I think she has
Oh
like
yeah.
$500 million on the next person.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I
I'm,
mean, I believe it. Anything that's a recognizable IP, people are all about it.
yeah, I
So,
should have known. I should have known.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I think I had Superman. So I did, I
Mm.
was able, I think that was like the second highest grossing movie of the year so far.
Yeah. I've heard good things about it.
It's great. I love Superman. And I did
I
see
might have to watch that.
it's already on digital because I think James Gunn was basically like, we wanted people to see Superman before Peacemaker season 2. And like, because of weird scheduling things, now Peacemaker is coming out like months ahead of when it was supposed to. So they're like, oh, I think this was like him just being like, I want as many people to see it as possible. So let's put it on digital right away. So
Yeah.
it's already
Yeah.
out there. And the movie came out like
I've heard
not
good
even a
things.
month ago.
No, I was surprised that it was out so quickly. That really surprised me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
very, very good. If you can see it in theaters, I would recommend it.
Okay.
But it isn't like, I will say, like, it's the most low key, like, superhero movie I've seen in a while. Even though there's a lot of, like, great, like, world ending stuff, it's, like, really shrunken down to be like, we're really focusing on the character of Superman and what makes
Okay.
that character really great. Which they definitely needed some damage control after Batman versus Superman and Justice League and the
Yeah.
Zack Snyder DC movies that have been ruining superhero media for the last 10 years. So,
Okay. Okay. I need to disconnect my phone because my phone is going to die because of the hotspot situation.
oh,
So we're going to try it again and see if my regular internet will take care of us. Okay.
okay.
Because obviously it was me. We're going to give it a wing and see. Okay. Let me get this.
Hello.
Okay. I'm connected. I'm still here. Are you here?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm back to the other internet. We'll see how it goes.
Hopefully it doesn't cut out on us.
I hope not. If it does, I'll have to run and grab a charger
It's
for
all
my
right.
phone. I didn't realize it would drain the battery so quickly.
I didn't either. But I don't know if I have a whole lot more to say about Legally Blonde. I did like it.
Okay. Oh, good. I did too. I enjoyed it. I do have some things like
Okay.
I love Holland Taylor, and she's the one that plays the professor.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know that she is married to Sarah Paulson?
No.
Yeah, she's old. She's in her 80s now, and Sarah is a lot younger. There's quite an age gap, but they've been together for a long time. I like that.
Yeah.
I first met Holland Taylor on the show Bosom Buddies with Tom Hanks. She was on that show. That's where
Oh.
I first saw her, and I loved her. And then she was in Romancing the Stone, which is one of my favorite movies from childhood. And then Two and a Half Men. So I have a soft spot for her. I really love seeing her, and I love that at the beginning you think she's this royal bee, and then at the end she's like, she's put up with crap all those years at Harvard. She's put up with it, and
Yeah.
the idea that she's like, get back there and do your thing. Like, I loved that. I liked every time I saw Selma Blair on the screen, I thought about her because she has MS and she is not doing very well.
Oh.
And so every time I saw her, it made me kind of sad. Like I was thinking ahead to like the things that I knew she would be facing
Oh.
as she got older, and it makes me sad.
That's,
But I thought
that's
she
really
was
sad.
thought she was good in this. But I mean, it seems silly, I know, but like I just think about her. She's been very public with her health struggles and stuff with that. And
Jeez.
so anyway, Yeah, that kind of made me a little bit sad. I wanted to talk about, let's see, let me pull up my notes. Shall I? Yes, I
Yeah.
shall. The role of Elle was originally offered to Christina Applegate.
Oh,
Yeah, but she turned it down because she didn't want to be another dumb blonde, which is the role that she played in Married with Children. So
fair.
yeah, so here's some of the other people that auditioned. I want to know if any of these people you think would do better than Reese Witherspoon. Um, People that were considered were Charlize Theron, Gwyneth Paltrow, Alicia Silverstone, and Katherine Heigl. Do you have feelings about any of those?
Um, I can kind of see. I memean, Alicia Silverstone is like the most like 1-to-1. Like I feel like sub out Reese Witherspoon for Alicia. I feel like you're. That's basically the same person to me, even though
Yeah,
even though I know they're very different.
yeah,
Alicia Silverstone's like disappeared. She's like now she's like an
yes.
advocate. She's like she does a lot of stuff with PETA, which is disappointing, but
Yeah,
it's
she
fine.
does do a lot with PETA. She does. I think Charlotte. I was surprised by Charlize, but then I was
That
like,
was
oh yeah. But in Arrested Development, she was a character that was very different than what I think of her as an
Sure.
actress. She usually does such serious roles. So her in Arrested Development made me think maybe she could do it. I don't know. It's hard to picture her in a role like that, but I bet she could.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would have sent her career on a very different trajectory, I think.
I'm glad for her current trajectory. I think she's great.
Yeah, I do
She's
too.
in
And
so
Gwyneth
many Fast and
Paltrow.
Furious movies.
Yeah, well, and Mad Max, and she's done some real kick-ass stuff.
I know. I was just giving the worst examples.
Well, I mean, Gwyneth Paltrow also kind of serious, so that I can't really see her in that role at all.
Well, maybe at the time. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I can't like picture her without being like, oh, she's a weirdo culty lady now. Like I don't
Yeah. Have you ever seen Shakespeare in Love?
know.
We need to watch that.
No.
I'm going
Okay.
to add that to the list. It's an Oscar winner.
That's awesome.
I'm writing it down. It's really good. I like it. Okay. So there's that. There was an interesting little tidbit about Amanda Brown, who's the person that wrote the novel.
Okay.
She submitted her manuscript to her agent on pink paper, which I
Oh,
thought was cute that they had like a little nod to that in the movie. When she submitted it, yeah, she put it on pink because she wanted it to be noticeable. So I thought that was kind of fun.
it's a good way to do it.
The dog, Bruiser, in the movie, the dog's name is Mooney in real life, and that dog was at Reese's Hollywood Walk of Fame when she got her star ceremony in 2010,
Oh,
and that dog lived to be 18 years old. The old dog.
well, don't little dogs, they live a long time.
They do. They do. Vince Vaughn and Will Ferrell called Luke Wilson legally bland on the set of the Old School in 2003. I thought that was
Wow.
cute. I know. And they were saying something about in the movie, I don't know if you caught it, where he was like, I wonder if I could get away. I wonder what I would look like with blonde hair. And that was a joke that they had made because people remark often about how much he looks like his brother.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like a little nod to that situation. And then, of course, I want to talk to you about the awards.
Awards.
No Oscars for this one.
No Oscars?
Are you? Nope, no Oscars.
Yeah,
but
that makes sense.
but it was nominated for 2 Golden Globes. It didn't win either one, but it was nominated for Best Picture, Comedy or Musical, and Best Actress for Reese Witherspoon.
Okay.
It was nominated for 5 MTV Music and TV or Movie and TV Awards, but it did win 3. And those 3 wins were Best Comedic Performance for Reese,
Okay.
Best Dressed for Reese,
Sure.
and Best Line. And the best line was, "Oh, I like your outfit too, except when I dress up as a frigid bitch, I try not to look so constipated."
That was the
That was
line of the year.
That was the line. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. And then Teen Choice Awards. Teen Choice Awards, it was nominated for 3. It won 1. The win was the Choice Movie of the Summer, which this does feel like very much a summer movie.
Yeah.
It was Victor Garber was nominated for Best Sleaze Bag,
Sure.
and the Choice Hissy Fit by Reese was also a nomination, but it won for Best Choice Movie of the Summer. So
I don't know. What is choice hissy fit?
a hissy fit is, I'm guessing it's probably when he broke up with her.
Oh.
And she had that meltdown.
I
She's
see.
walking and she's got like all the tears and she's freaking out.
Where she's walking and then he's
At the
in a car
restaurant.
next to her.
Yeah, and at the restaurant where she's like having a total meltdown at the restaurant and she's like squealing and screeching and all of that. I'm sure that was the scene.
Probably.
But yeah, Victor Garber was nominated for Choice Sleaze Bag. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble saying that. But anyway, yes, that's those are the awards. So no Oscars, but I thought they were fun.
That's a shame.
Fun categories, yeah.
It should have won Best Picture. I don't know.
Best Picture at the Oscars.
What was the Best Picture in 2001?
Okay, that's around the time that would be Chicago. No, 2001. It's A Beautiful Mind.
There you go. I knew
because Russell Crowe won his back to back. So Gladiator won in 2000.
Yeah.
And then Beautiful Mind won in 2001. So he had back to backs. He didn't win Best Actor in 2001, but he was in A Beautiful Mind. And that was an excellent movie. I loved that movie.
Yeah, it's really good. But
It's really good.
Legally Blonde should have won.
Should have beat Beautiful Mind.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Ron Howard's masterpiece or Oz Perkins in
Yeah,
Legally Blonde.
I
So
mean-
I think it's Legally Blonde.
Yeah. And the director, I was looking at the director and he really hasn't done much of anything. And same with the screenwriter, Amanda Brown, who wrote the novel, got like the head credit, but it was really the other two, it was the source material. It was the other two screenwriters that were really more responsible for the screenplay, which they were the ones that were credited with the screenplay in the opening credits. Amanda Brown's name wasn't in there, so.
Oh, but it isn't like the main credits after the movie?
Well, it was on IMDb, so I assume she was credited somewhere. It
Probably.
just wasn't in the opening credits.
Based on characters by whatever.
Yeah, so anyway, I really enjoyed it. I liked the fact that it was unexpected, that what we thought would happen didn't, that people surprised us, that things turned out. I forgot to say this part. This part was very exciting. The choreography in this movie was by Toni Basil, which we've talked about Toni Basil before. She's the one that sang the song "Oh Mickey."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Was it in Break-In? Did she do Break-In choreography? I can't remember what movie we watched and she did the choreography. Yeah. So anyway, she did the choreography for this movie. And then I was like, well, what did she choreograph? I don't know if it was the bend and snap scene.
Maybe, I guess.
It could have been the bend and snap scene. It could have been at the sorority. Wasn't there something where they were like even choreographing the movement of as they're walking through the sorority house, there were like some cheerleaders doing some stuff and
the like
whatever. It could have been
Wonder
that
thing they did for the opening credits.
Yes.
Could be.
Yeah. I don't know, but anyway, it credited her with choreography, which was fun.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, I like Toni Basil. Oh, Mickey, what a pity you don't understand. That is a song of childhood. I love it.
And she did choreography for this movie.
And yeah, for this movie and Break-In. And then she had her own #1 hit out there back in the 80s.
Wow.
With Oh Mickey. And that music video, she was a cheerleader. And they made pyramids and it was the best. It was so great. I mean, I can picture it in my mind right now. Her little outfit was red and blue. They had a white background. They had pom-poms. It was very fun.
I don't know what, like, I know the concept of a music video, but I have not seen this music video, so I don't really know what to contribute to this
Oh,
conversation.
well, we're gonna watch it when we're done recording because it's so good.
No,
You
I
need to
don't
see
need to
like
do
at
that.
least like a 2 seconds of it so you can see it because it's very, very good. What did we watch last time after we finished Dune? Because we did watch a couple things.
We watched David Lynch talking about Return of the Jedi,
Yes, that was really good.
and I don't remember if there was. I think that
It
might
was
have been
something I
it.
made you watch. I made you watch something.
Oh, I think I had to leave because I had to take the dog out.
Oh, and we never watched it?
I don't think so. I don't
Oh,
remember.
my memory is so bad. You know what? I was listening to one of our previous episodes, and you were like, I was listening to an older episode, and then I listened to the current, we had just recorded the current one, and you were like, we talked about this, and I had zero recollection of it, and so it is very, very surreal to go back and listen to that episode and hear me have an entire conversation about a
yeah.
topic that I had zero memory of. I was like, you were right. We did have a conversation about that, and I didn't remember. It was like new information. Terrible.
That's just how it goes. It's fine.
Oh, man. People, getting old is not for the weak. That is for sure. It's a thing. Wow.
Yeah, but now we have it all documented. So if I
That's
ever
true.
say we did talk about it, then you can just listen to our entire catalog until you find it. So isn't that nice?
Yeah. That is so nice. Yes. I love it. I love it. Do you have anything else about this movie? I was trying to think if I have anything else I want to share. I don't think so. I did like the bend and snap. And I loved when she hit him in the nose.
Yeah,
that was
that
kind of
was
funny.
funny.
I enjoyed that.
That
I liked
UPS guy was like, it was so funny. Like the whole time I'm like, is this like the start of like a 70s porno? Because that was like very much the vibe of like,
I know.
he's wearing these tight shorts and he's like bending over to hand
Bending over.
I got a big package. I'm like, this is so like on the nose of what they're trying to do. It was so
I
funny.
know. I know. But I loved his like little glances at her. Like
Yeah.
that whole, he would smile, like make a special effort to smile at her as he was walking out the door, and she was so shy. I mean, I just thought that was so sweet.
It
It was just
It's
so
really
sweet.
cute.
Yeah. I don't know. I just really liked that a lot. I remember when I watched this the first time, I had never seen Jennifer Coolidge in anything. She was new to me,
Sure.
and she really sparkled. Like even in this role where it was such a small role, but you just can't help but have your eye drawn to her. She just has such a fun energy and just a sweet spirit about her. It's very fun.
Yeah,
So
she was really
it was
good
fun
in
to
it.
go back. It was fun to go back and see her in that again. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Overall, pretty
Yeah.
good pick.
well, thank you. How many stars would you give
I
this?
think I gave it 3.5.
That's pretty good for you.
That's pretty good. I liked it.
It is. What would I give it? I haven't even thought about it. I would say 4 stars for me.
That's what it was on Letterboxd.
Well, okay. And that was from, I don't even know when I put that out there. So
When you made your profile.
I still love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is when I made my profile. Yes. Can't remember if I have Romancing the Stone on my list, but I'm going to add that too because I love that too.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm making you watch all of these old movies.
Well,
Do
I
you hate my
appreciate
guts like I hated your guts last week?
it. No. I liked Legally Blonde. I thought it was okay.
Okay,
Pretty good.
All right. Yeah, that's good.
For what it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Not
I
moving
agree.
the needle.
No, but it was visually cute. It was
Mm-hmm.
like she got to keep all the clothes. She put it in her contract that she could keep all the clothes.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
Snazzy
Yeah, I mean,
outfits.
she's so cute. Those swimsuits that were all sparkly were so pretty. I really like those. Here's the other thing I realized is like, because I do like my hot pink things and my whatever, I'm like, oh no. It made me think, do people think I'm like that? Because if you came to if anyone had seen my office at the library, I have twinkle lights all over and they do rainbow lights all over. And then I have a bust of William Shakespeare and a bust of Abraham Lincoln, and I dress them up
Of course.
for the holidays. They have sunglasses and hats and bow ties and whatever.
Oh.
You know, my office is very I don't know what I would even call it, but like I have this giant painting of from Horatio Hornblower, which is an old book, and I put googly eyes on his face.
Oh,
Like my office is whimsical. Maybe that's
yeah.
what I should say. It's
Yeah.
whimsical. But
Nothing
it
wrong
made
with
me
that.
think like I loved her room. I loved the pink furry phone. I loved her pen with the feathers. Like those are things that I do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no, do people think I'm stupid? Do people think I'm like ridiculous? Like
No,
people kind of thought about her? I hope not.
I don't think
Because
so.
for me it's just fun. I think it's fun. But sometimes I'm like, oh, am I projecting a very childish image or something? I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Because I loved her stuff. I was like, man, I'd take that bedroom in a second with all the fuzzy phone and all that stuff. I loved
Yeah, it
it.
was so 2000s. Like
It
all that
was.
stuff. That was
It
kind of
was.
fun. Just seeing all the 2000s stuff and getting nostalgic for when I was 1 year old.
Yeah. Well, and like the hats,
Yeah.
the crocheted hat with the flower on the side. I was like, oh boy. And there was that scene where Selma Blair had on the beret.
Oh, yeah.
Like so serious. She's wearing a beret. Oh gosh. Anyway, I enjoyed that. I thought that was fun. I thought that was really cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, also, let me just say this other thing that I thought was interesting. When we're talking about the defendant of that case, that woman, and she was like, I can't tell anyone I'm getting a liposuction.
Yeah.
Like, that the striving for perfection, the inability to be authentic because, this is my career. And I would rather go to jail than say that I had liposuction done because, that would be my career. Also, if you were in jail for the rest of your life, that would be your career.
I guess so.
Like either way, like if that could get you not convicted, I think I would tell everyone that I got liposuction because at least you're not rotting in jail for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that feels like out of touch dude that doesn't know how to ride a lady. That's what it kind of seemed like to me.
Yeah.
Which I mean, like a lot of the movie kind of suffered from that, where like her main motivation for half of it is just to get the guy back. And
Right.
she
Until
only,
I feel like, yeah, like when did that change? Because there was a certain point where it was like she didn't care about that anymore. It was like when people were discounting her. And she
Yeah.
felt like she had something to prove.
she specifically says like, I'm never going to be good enough for you, whatever. And then she starts taking it upon herself. And I'm like, okay, I understand. This is like a coming of age movie, I guess you could say. But it's like, I don't know. I don't know if the movie was being like super feminist and like, oh, we're having a woman be like get some control over her life and get some confidence and autonomy, or if it was just like, oh well, of course a lady wants a guy. That's the whole reason that women are alive, is so that they can be with men. And so she only does this
Yeah.
just to spite the guy, obviously.
That's how it starts. Yeah, I mean that's how it starts. But I think there comes a point where it's like, people are discounting her.
Yeah.
That frustration of feeling like everyone thinks that I can't do this. There comes a point where she's like, well, I'm going to show you that I can.
Yeah.
I think it's when we look at that other character too, and it's like, in order for me to have this career, my body has to look a certain way.
Yeah.
And so I know we argued over the Flintstones, but I do think that this movie definitely has more feminist themes in that it's
Yes.
directly like Working Girl, looking at what it's like to be, in an Ivy League school as a woman. And
Yeah.
even like her, they're looking at her application and they're looking at the video and it's all these white guys sitting in a room and there she
Yeah.
is in her swimsuit and the one guy keeps going, but, this is why we should.
Yeah. That was like, I was like, I didn't really know what the movie was trying to say there. Like, was it like being
Yeah.
intentional, being like, oh, all these white guys are just ogling a scantily clad woman and they want to get her in the college? Or was it like supposed to be sincere, where it was like, well, she does have all these other things? And I'm like,
Yeah.
is this supposed to be like a corny? Because this is like the same thing. I'm confused about the tone of like the 2000s
Yeah.
stuff. Because that would be like they play something like that straight, even though it is fantastical. that the character
Right.
would be able to send that in and get into Harvard. But like,
Mm-hmm.
it feels very along the lines of something like, what's that Heath Ledger rom-com movie?
Oh,
The
10 Things I Hate
10
About
Things
You.
I Hate About You, where it's like there's
Mm-hmm.
so much elevation in terms of drama and stuff, where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Are they trying to say something about the Harvard admissions board? Or are they,
Well,
is it
yeah,
just
and the
like,
whole idea that it was, well, we do need more diversity.
yeah, they did
I
say
was
that.
like, what?
Yeah. I
The
mean,
white, blonde, rich girl. That's some diversity for you. I
that,
don't know.
I don't know. Like some of those statements, I'm like, I'm sure Harvard had some stipulations in there where it's like, well, we're going to let you shoot on our campus. You have to say certain nice things about our college or
Yeah.
whatever. So it was like, yeah, well, we
Yeah.
got to strive for diversity.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Yeah.
we're Harvard. We take all this stuff seriously.
Which, I mean, really, I mean, maybe not as much in the 2000s, but definitely before that, that would have been like, there were not many women,
No.
on campus. So, that's valid. I get it.
Yeah.
It just seems, when we're looking through today's lens and we're talking
Yeah.
about like actually today, in the news, Harvard's in the news,
It
are they
is.
going to capitulate? Like what does that look
Probably.
like? They were one of the last holdout. They did. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're one of the last holdouts. And, but it's interesting. It's an interesting, I found it, as a woman who grew up in the 80s, there was no expectation really that, we knew that women were smart, but the world was very different than it is now.
Mhm.
And I think when I see something like this, where it's like being discounted, there's something that kind of rings a bell in my head where it's like, oh yeah, I can feel that. I can feel that, well, you're just a girl and you're going to graduate from college and then you're going to get married. And the whole reason you're there is to find a husband. And then
Right.
you're going to get married right out of college. And then you're going to start having babies. And then the expectation is that you stay home and you don't have a career, which there's nothing wrong with that. Like that is what I did.
Yeah.
While you guys were home, until you went to school, I stayed home. But that was a choice that I made.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like it was a choice that I didn't have to do that. But there were certainly societal pressures,
Yeah.
and definitely pressures within the church that's what
Yes.
you should do. And if you don't do that, you are a bad mom. So to see a movie like this, where it's like this girl, while her original motivation for going to Harvard is very 1950s, I'm going to get the guy sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that at some point she has had enough of it and is like, I'm just going to do this because to show them that I can. And because I think she ended up being passionate about it because of the connection that she had with the case and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something that is like, I like the idea that young people today don't have those same expectations placed on them.
Yeah.
And that in general, I mean, we are backsliding a bit in certain parts of our community. However,
Sure.
in general, I think people can acknowledge that women are valuable contributors to our society and that they
Yes.
are capable and they are smart. And, like I was watching that video with Doug Wilson. I don't know if you happened to catch that at all, but he was saying that people come out of women, or women are the people that other people come from.
Yeah.
Like we're just vessels to have children. That's our purpose in the world. And they're totally cool with like getting rid of the 19th Amendment so that women don't have to vote. They're for the household vote. And I'm like, okay, this is crazy to me that, we are, it feels like in some ways, in some segments of our country, we're backsliding and taking, this progress that we've stepped forward with and just like throwing it in the garbage. And that makes me really upset. And
I
yeah,
agree.
I'm more than a vessel. I am more than a vessel. Thank you very much, Doug Wilson, and your people who follow you.
Okay.
And I would like to vote for myself. Thank you very much. Because if I don't agree with my husband on something, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, go vote however you want. I want my own say. That's what I have to say about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that you have to worry about that.
I hope not.
More women are voting conservative than ever, so you have that to look forward to. It is at this point that Jerry went on a long, long political rant that I will cut out. You're welcome. It's fine. Next week, I think we're going to do American Splendor. It's a movie that I think is very, very good. It's a biopic. I think it's maybe one of the only biopics that I think is actually worth making because I think most of them are pointless. But
Who's it about?
Harvey something. Let me pull it up. It's not someone that you would know. It's an underground comic artist from the 70s.
Oh,
It
okay.
is Harvey Pekar. Pekar, I don't know.
Okay.
Stars Paul Giamatti.
Oh, I like Paul.
He's very good in it.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched this movie a couple years ago. I think I actually recommended it to you at the time. But I figured...
Did we watch it together?
No. I watched it. I was in Cedar Falls. It was a lovely February. It was winter. I had the day off. Well, actually, no, at that point I was unemployed. So I was just watching movies.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I watched this. I really, really liked it.
Okay.
It's what they call a meta biopic because Harvey Pekar is in it and does all the narration.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's kind of
That'll be good.
interesting. I'll just leave it at that. But I think you'll like it.
I'm sure I will. I like art. I like biopics. Ought to be good.
Yeah.
When is this from?
2003.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a younger Paul.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I watched it
That sounds
shortly
good.
after watching The Holdovers, and I was like, I need more Paul Giamatti. And so I watched this.
That was a good movie.
And it did scratch that same itch. So, very good.
All right, let's do it. I'm excited. That sounds really good, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. This was actually one of the first movies I added to the list when we did this show. I was like, this is one of the movies that I know we need to watch.
Is it streaming anywhere?
Where to watch? It's on rent. We'll have to rent it.
Okay.
But yeah,
We can
that's
do that.
fine. It was on HBO Max way back in the day, but it's changed its name twice since then.
I know. It's so ridiculous. I don't know why they keep going back and forth like that. Whoever their branding people are, they do not have their S together.
I don't know. Well, originally it was like they were merging HBO Max and Discovery Plus, and they're like, well, we'll just call that Max. But then they were like, I think they realized that like SEO stuff is like if you search Max on Google, it's not going to show up. If you search HBO Max, it shows up. And also HBO is like one of the most recognizable companies in America. So like people know that it's been around forever. So like getting rid of that was kind of a dumb move, but and obviously because they changed it back.
Sheesh. Yeah, you can't keep track of it. It's been so many changes.
I know. I
true.
actually found out about that change like 3 weeks after it was announced because I like brought it up to Babby. I think it might be on one of the podcasts. Or I'm like,
I feel
it's
like
on.
I've heard that conversation.
Yeah, where I'm like, it's on Max, and he's like, it's HBO Max. I'm like, no, it was. He's like, no, it is again. I'm like, oh, jeez.
Yeah, I did hear you guys talk about that. I was like, oh, it is a lot to keep track of. That's for sure. Maybe they'll leave it alone now.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It's David Zaslav, and I don't trust him to not make horrible business decisions.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have even been able to pull that name out. I don't know how you even know that name.
I think if you're in certain circles, that name is infamous. He's the CEO of Warner Brothers, and he is like, I think he said like multiple times that he just straight up doesn't like movies.
Oh my gosh! And he's the head of Warner Brothers. That's not good.
No,
you need somebody who likes movies.
He's just like, yeah, I'm really only in it for the money. I don't like movies at all. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm
Wow.
glad you're in charge of a lot of the creative decisions of this major studio.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Like, he recently came out because they're doing like a Harry Potter show, and he was like,
Yes.
we've decided that it's going to be 10 seasons long, and it's already been greenlit for 10 seasons. I'm like, you're crazy. What are you thinking? Like, that is the definition of milking it for money.
Yeah.
There
Well,
aren't
and,
even 10 books.
well, that's asking for people to, like, the people who are involved in it to make quite a commitment.
Oh, yeah.
The actors and stuff to say, oh, this is the next 10 years of my life.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It is. And they're all
Wow.
kids. It's like,
Yeah.
I can't
I mean,
imagine. In 10 years, like, we're going to look back at the actors that were in it, and it's going to be like horrible child star stuff. Because, like, this is a crazy commitment. And, like, you have to
That is a big
imagine that,
commitment.
like, the parents are just being flashed a bunch of cash to ruin their kid's life, which is unfortunate, but it keeps happening.
Well, and I think too, what you're going to end up with is like people being replaced halfway through the series, where you're
that
going to
too.
have different actors put in, and that's never fun for continuity purposes. That always takes me out of it
Yeah.
when they replace people, especially if they're in the main roles. That's not. I don't know. That's not good. That is kind of unique to Harry Potter,
Yeah.
in that everyone kind of stayed from beginning to end, the movies anyway. Which it was still that commitment. They just didn't maybe know.
Except for
that-
Dumbledore. But that was out of their
Oh,
control.
that's true. That's true. Right.
But I mean,
And that
that's
was
fine.
very early in the series too.
Yeah, I think that
or
was
in
after the second
movies.
one, right?
Yeah, it was pretty early.
Yeah.
First or second, I can't remember. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, well, this will be fun. I'm excited.
I'm so excited for American Splendor. And the great thing
Yeah.
about American Splendor, and this is something they don't tell you, is that there's absolutely we're not going to talk about politics at all, which I am really looking forward to.
Okay. That sounds good to me too. I just had no idea we were going to take such a tangent,
I didn't either.
but there we were, and it's fine. We spare you all of that
Yeah, I'll
dialogue
I'll
that
cut
happened.
most of it.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. We want people to like us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, that's it. We'll plan on seeing you in a couple weeks to watch that. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Thanks for sitting down with me and watching my bubblegum movie. It was very fun.
It was a good movie.
Yeah, it was. It was good.
That's all
We
I
all
have
need
to
movies
say.
like that sometimes. Okay. That's all I have to say too then. It was good. No, it was good. You enjoyed it. It was fun. You liked seeing Oz Perkins.
I did.
It was entertaining. It wasn't like sitting through Dune.
No.
So, I mean, that's going to be my point of reference for every movie going forward. Was it Dune? No. Therefore, it deserves some stars.
Very few things in this life are Dune.
No, that's very true. Very,
Maybe,
very true.
maybe we'll watch some of those. It would be fun to watch some terrible movies.
Oh, I would have to be very choosy about what time of day I watch them because I get sleepy. Like today, I was tired, and even though it was a good movie, I was struggling a bit. So I had to like nibble on potato chips and stuff to keep myself
Oh.
awake. I was eating Ruffles, and so I was eating one Ruffle at a time to try to stay awake. I was eating like Tom Hanks eats the corn in Big, the little
Oh,
baby
yeah.
corn. That's how I was eating, trying to stay awake today. I don't know, I was just struggling today. So if it was a bad movie, I'd have to watch it early in the day when I have more energy.
Oh, okay.
But
Well, I
could do
don't know if I have any planned, but I do like watching terrible stuff.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah, I don't know why.
That's all I have
I'm
to say
like
about that. I don't know. You and your friends do like that, though.
Yeah, well, we like watching like terrible, like so bad it's good movies. But I also I watched all the Planet of the Apes movies. More than
Oh,
half of those
yeah.
were terrible.
true.
Or all
You
the
did.
Fast and Furious movies. I just like watching bad movies.
Yeah. Any Which Way But Loose, you did that. Or is it
Simian
Every Which
Summer.
Way But Loose? Yeah, you're Simeon Summer. Yeah, that's true. You're willing to go to the paint.
I am.
Yeah. Anyway.
I have to round out my bell
Okay.
curve.
Well, you can't watch all good movies all the time.
Exactly.
Then they just get boring. Yeah. I get it. I'm surprised Edna hasn't barked at you yet.
She's looking at me.
Is she just laying at your feet?
Yeah.
I thought of her when I saw the bulldog in the movie.
I did too.
Yeah. When I watched Jennifer Coolidge pick that dog up, I was like, are you kidding me? That dog has to weigh 40 to 50 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, that
Yikes.
dog looked bigger than Edna.
You think so?
Yeah. Well, like, more droopy, more
Yeah.
stocky.
Yeah. 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 I just thought, oh my gosh, that dog has to be so heavy. And she just
Oh.
picked it up like it was nothing. I was like, look at you, Jennifer Coolidge, in your arms. Strong arms, strong back.
Yeah,
Way to go.
She's a professional actor. She had to lift it
She's
and then pretended
professional.
like it was nothing.
That's right. She did. She did a good job. And she kissed its little face because it was so cute. Anyway. All right. Well, this was fun. I'm going to say, call your mom. So, well, I don't even remember what order I say things. Support your local library and call your mom. I think that's how I say it, right?
That's how you
Support
say
your
it.
local library and call your mom.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.